Welcome back to the part 2 of the Who Want to Be a Millionaire tutorial. Now I'm going to close this, so let's close this as well. What we want to try and achieve is we want to be able to change this let me show it to you guys. You see those lives? When we click on them, we want them to change to new images. So this is what I'm talking about. When I click on those, I want them to change to new images. So let's close that. And right underneath here, right here, I'm going to enter those new images. Let's copy that and add a space right there. So right underneath the frames, here are the frames. So let's enter frames here. Okay, and right here, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to declare a function, and this function I'm going to call it change 50 underscore 50. Right, change 50 underscore 50, enter a column there. Now the first thing is, let's say canvas, no, in lowercase, canvas equals, that is the name of my widget, I just call it canvas, equals widget canvas itself. Okay, there's a widget called canvas, or you can call it an object called canvas, and this is it. You must use uppercase for it to be recognized. Equals ABC 1A, and the width, that is the width, okay, equals 180, this very one, and the height, the background, everything. So you can just copy that if you want and just paste it right there, since I have width and so on. Okay, and that is that. Maybe, okay, if we have the width, the height, okay, let's say the background, that is fine, just close that. Okay, then we can then say canvas dot grade, and the very first one happens to be on row 0, column 0. So I'm going to copy that, paste it right there. It's in row 0, command 0. Now what I'm going to do is I want to be able to get rid of whatever content I have inside the canvas. Canvas dot delete, let's say delete all. Now image, that's a variable name, equals photo equals picture image equals cover 50A, that would be 50B, that's the name of that very file. Now I'm going to ask canvas to be created. Okay, canvas, create an image. Canvas dot create underscore image, and close that. And the size of the image, because I want to get the size, the coordinate right, I'm going to make that, divide this by 2, and that'll be 90, comma 40. Okay, comma, and image equals image 1. Close that, and let's come down here and say canvas itself dot image equals image 1. There. Okay, so let's look at it properly, make sure there's no error. Okay, it seems to look okay. So what I'm going to do now is I am now going to call it. So let's come into image 50/50 in here. Right there I'm going to say comma, command equals change 50/50. So paste that in here. I've just called this very function here now. So if I run it now, let's see what's going to happen. There we go. Okay, supposing the player has asked for 50/50. So if I click on 50/50, I want this to be cancelled. There we go. It's now cancelled. That is working fine. It's not doing anything yet, so that's fine. So that means you cannot use that anymore. One life lost. Okay, that's good. So let's repeat the same thing for the next one. I'm going to copy all of that, paste, and let's change this one to people change. People change, and in the case of people change, we want it to be changed to, it's called people be people. That's the name of the image itself. Be people. Yeah, and that is based on column 1. Right, we want it to change to column 1. In column 1, the image coordinate is the same thing. The width and the height of the canvas is fine. Alright, let's see. Okay, let's call this. Let's try and call that as well. So I'm going to just copy that command, paste the command right in here. Let's copy people change. Copy that, paste that in here. Right, hopefully it should work. Now come in here, let's run that as well. 50/50 people change. That is fine. We only have one more to go. That is fine. Okay, now the next one, just going to copy all of this, and that is to do with telephone. So what shall we call the telephone in the case of telephone? Yeah, we can always call that change telephone or change phone. Change phone, and the name of the object is B phone. Yeah, and this one will be column 2. Yeah, that's that. And let's copy this, and I'm going to paste that right in here, comma, paste, get the command on board. So command equals the method change phone. So let's run that and see. Yes, we can change that as well. That's fine. So that life is gone, the other one is gone, and that is gone as well. So 1 2 3 achieved. Good. Now the next thing is for us to create some other method for the images. So right underneath here, I'm going to declare another method or function for the Millionaire images. So I'm going to call that million. That's a million pictures. Million picture. There's one. The very first one. So I'm going to copy this because I can always change it around. Come right down here, paste that in there. Let's get this aligned properly. What I've just copied in there are the images that we've been working on since. I've just copied one of those. So the first thing is we need to change this to frame 2, ABC2. If you guys can still recall, and the height of that very one, that is it right here. This is the width and the height and the background. I can just copy all of that, copy. So the width and the height are going to remain the same. Copy and dump it right there. Get rid of that. So that is fine. The next thing is the row. The row is going to be 0 and column will be 0. I will delete whatever I have in there before. I'll leave this the way it is. Then here the picture is known as picture 1 really. So I'm going to copy this and paste it right in there. Picture 1.png. Right, now I'm going to divide this by 2. That will give me 215, so that I can get it centered, and here I've just entered 300 in there. That's fine, and that's all there is to that. Okay, that is taken care of. I can do exactly the same thing for number 2. We have 15 images in total, so I'm just going to change this to 2, and my next one is called picture number 2, and every other thing remains the same. I will only be calling the function, so be the same thing. That would be for number 3. Okay, that's number 3 there, and this one is picture 3. Right, so let's create one more, so that we can call those images once we get the, or when we get the question right. There we go. So I have in total 4 functions that calls the images. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, you meant to create up to 15, but the choice is yours. I intend to create only 4. Alright. Okay, the next thing is, I think I have to now create some questions. Okay, I need to, let's paste the question right underneath here. Okay, I'm going to copy this there, and these will be questions. We can just call it Millionaire questions. Come down here, paste that there, and that will be questions. There we go. Now, before I can create any of those questions, I'm going to declare the following variable. Question number 1 equals string variable. Okay, and then we have, let's go for question 2, 3, and 4. Okay, then this will be 2, 3, 4, and 4. Right, then I also need answers. Answer 1 equals string there. So let's make that 2, 3, 4 as well. There, and change it to 2, 3, and 4. There we go. Now I'm going to create the first question. Let's come down here and say question number 1. Paste that in there. Question number 1 equals dot set will be my question. So as Q1 column equals what is 2 plus 30. What is 2 plus 32? That's my first question. And now answers. So copy that, paste. We need 4 answers. It's 3 and 2. Okay, the first answer will be, let's say answer dot set equals what? What will be the first answer? 22. That's my first answer. Okay, this one, what shall we enter? 32, and here 31, and here let's make that 34. That's the correct answer. Okay, we want to be able to call 1, 2, and 3. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 actually. Okay, for me to be able to achieve that, I will have to call each of those here. So the first one is going to be comma text variable equals what? Equals question 1, this one, so that can be displayed on the question list itself. Okay, so text variable, if I run it now, you will see what's going to happen. There we go. You see, that's the question. What is 2 plus 32? That's the first question. Close that. Now we need the answers. We need to be able to distribute the answers. Copy that. Okay, answer A, I'm going to paste that right in here. Right here. Yeah. No, here. Okay. Comma, paste. Copy that and just paste it right there. Yeah. That's the first answer. I'm going to copy the other one. Just copy it all and paste it right here. Comma, paste. And change that to 2. And the next one, that's 3, followed by the 4th one. There we go. So that is 4. I run it now. Let's see all of those questions. Yep, there we go. See that? And this is the correct answer. So when we click on this, we want this to now move 1 step. Okay, no, actually when we click on this, that means you've just won 100. Yeah, and that is when we should call one of these. When we click on that, click on the right answer, we then call this guy right there. Yeah, we'll call this guy. Alright, so let me copy this and come right down here. That happens to be the right answer, happens to be here. So we need to enter a command here. Command. Nope. Command equals that. Alright, let's see if that's going to work. Run it. Let's assume we know what we're doing. The answer is 34. Yeah, it's working. That's fine. Okay, I believe you guys get the whole idea now. So we're going to repeat the same thing for the other 3 questions. That is fine. Okay, let's come in here and create another question. So right here I'm going to create another question. So copy this. This one has no function. That's the first one. The second one will have a function. Function question 2. There we go. And we need to indent that. Now, what will be the second question? We can just make that up. 5 plus 5. And 5 plus 5 equals 10. To other people, 5 plus 5 is 55. 5 plus 5 can even be 35. And to some people, it's 15. And it can even be 2. 1, 2. So that makes it 2 to some people. Yeah. Okay. That is the second question taken care of. Okay, and we can also call the second question. So to call the second question, we will have to call, in here we need to call picture box 1. Right. Okay, let's come in here and just say million question. No, it's not a question. It's million picture 1. Let's see that function. What is it called? Yeah, it's called million picture 1. Okay, let's make sure it's the right thing there. Million picture 1. So we'll just call that now. There. So we'll create another one for question number 3. So paste, change this to 3, and this one will become million question 2, or million picture 2, sorry. Let's say this is 7, multiply by 7. And the answer to that will be here. Okay, 49. And let's change this to whatever we want. 14, 21, 7. That's that done. Another question. Paste. And let's paste another one anyway. There. So this is 4 and 5. Right. So number 4, let's go for 89. Okay, 81 divided by 9. There. And the answer to that is 9, 19, 49, and maybe 79. There. And change this to 3. So let's go for another one. 2 multiply, or 9 multiply by 2. Okay. That is, let's say that is 18. Then we can put the answer to that here. Or maybe here. 18, 92, 22, or 29, and whatever. That's it. All done. Okay, change this to 4. Alright, we have in total 5 questions. 1, 2, 3, 4, and the fifth one below. So that's good enough for me. I believe with that you guys should be able to complete the rest. So what I'm going to do now is call all those questions in here. So let's come into the next one here, the very first one. That's the very first one here. Yeah, right there. So let's call this, and that is going to be a command. I'm going to make that equals question 3 there. The next one, I'm going to make that command equals question 5. Yeah, why not 5? And right here, command equals question 4. Let's say we have, where is 2 then? Let's do it again. Okay, if command equals, no, this should be question 2. Let's see, question 2. I was just using it to test. That's fine. So 2, 4, 5, 3, and 1 up there. Okay. So let's run it now, guys, and see how it is. There we go, guys. So let's try it out. That's 34. Let's ask the audience for this. 5 plus 5, we're asking the audience 10. And the next one, 7 multiplied by 7. And the answer, let's phone a friend, that is 49. And the next one, 81 divided by 9. There we go. So guys, with that, I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoy it. You can always complete the rest yourself. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.